theme of the conference focuses on highlighting the unique applications of in vitro in vivo correlation in generic drug development, helping researchers optimize formulations, reduce development timelines, and facilitate regulatory approval processes. With this objective, the conference brings together eminent scientists, academicians, researchers, and students on a common platform to exchange knowledge, share experiences, and to explore emerging perspectives and innovations in pharmaceutical sciences. Over the next 2 days, we look forward to insightful technical sessions, expert deliberations, and meaningful interactions that will foster learning, collaboration, and innovation. Before we formally commence the proceedings, let us welcome the dignitaries. May I request all the dignitaries to kindly take their places on the dais. I request Dr. Umesh Vankar sir to kindly take their seat on dais. I request Moria sir to kindly take their seat on the dais. I request Toshniwal sir. I request Dr. Anand Kulkarni sir to take their seat on the dais. I request Dr. Toshniwal sir to kindly take their seat on the dais. I request our Secretary, Eknath Jadhav sir, to kindly take their seat on the dais. I request our Joint Secretary, Eknath Jadhav sir, to kindly take their seat on the dais. I request our Principal, Dr. Santosh Shishri sir. I request Mr. Suhas Kekre sir to kindly take their seat. I request Aman sir. I request Dr. Degan sir to kindly take their seat on the dais. As we all know that every auspicious beginning starts with seeking divine blessings. Goddess Saraswati, the embodiment of wisdom, knowledge, and learning, inspires us to pursue truth and enlightenment through education and research. I now humbly request all our dignitaries to kindly proceed for the ceremonial lamp lighting and invoke the blessings of Goddess Saraswati for the successful conduct of this conference. The lighting of the lamp symbolizes the triumph of knowledge over ignorance and wisdom over darkness. May this conference illuminate our minds with new ideas and meaningful learning.
Yeah.
kindly request all the dignitaries to take their seats. As we move forward in this inaugural ceremony, it is now time to honor the distinguished personalities whose presence has added immense prestige and significance to this conference. Felicitation is a humble expression of our gratitude and respect towards individuals whose contributions have enriched the field of pharmaceutical sciences and inspired countless students, researchers, and professionals. We shall now proceed with the felicitation of our esteemed dignitaries. I respectfully request our Secretary of Bharatiya Gramin Punarachna Samstha, Shri Eknathji Jadhav sir, to kindly felicitate our eminent speaker, Dr. Umesh Vankar sir, with a shawl, bouquet and a book as a token of gratitude and appreciation. Dr. Umesh Vankar sir is the President of Vankar Consulting Services, Westfield, Indiana, USA, and the founder of Goa Center for Excellence in Intellectual Property. I now request our Joint Secretary, Shri Aman Jadhav sir, to kindly felicitate our Chief Guest, Dr. Vishwakant Maurya sir, with a shawl, memento, and a book as a token of gratitude and appreciation. Dr. Maurya sir is the former principal of Government College of Pharmacy, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. With a book, shawl and memento. Dr. Anand Kulkarni sir currently serves as Global Head and Vice President, Project Management and Operational Excellence at Syngene International Limited, Bangalore. I further request Dr. Damare sir to kindly felicitate our guest of honor, Dr. Sanjay Toshniwal sir, with a shawl, memento and a book as a token of gratitude and appreciation. Dr. Toshniwal sir is the Secretary of Indian Pharmaceutical Association and a Central Council member of Pharmacy Council of India, New Delhi. Next, I would like to request Dr. Pansare sir to felicitate our speaker of third session, Mr. Suhas Yevle sir, Associate Director, Techno Commercial, Solax, Mumbai, with a shawl and a book and a memento. Academic excellence flourishes when guided by experienced mentors and visionary leaders. We are indeed privileged to to have amongst us several distinguished members of our advisory committee, comprising eminent principals and academic leaders from reputed institutions. We are truly honored by their gracious presence and thankful for their constant support and encouragement. I would like to request Dr. Umesh Bankar sir to felicitate Mr. Dr. M.H. Degan sir, Principal, YP College of Pharmacy, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, with a shawl, book and a memento as a token of appreciation and gratitude. I would like to request Dr. Moria sir to felicitate Dr. G.S. Sanav sir, Principal, late Bhagirathi Yeshwantrao, Pharmaceutical College of Pharmacy, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, with a shawl, memento and a book as a token of appreciation and gratitude. I would like to request Dr. Sanjay Toshniwal sir to felicitate Dr. S.G. Sulke sir, Principal, Shriyesh Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, with a shawl, memento and book as a token of appreciation and gratitude. Next, I would like to request Dr. Anand Kulkarni sir to felicitate Dr. Paya Givani sir, Principal, Tushar Dwarkadas, Pharmaceutical College of Pharmacy, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, with a shawl, memento and a book as a token of Next, I would like to request our Secretary Shri Eknath Yadav sir to felicitate Dr. Jayashree Bairagi madam, Principal, Rashtriya College of Pharmacy, Kannada, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, with a shawl, book and a memento as a token of appreciation and gratitude. Next, I would like to request Shri Amanjit Yadav sir to felicitate Dr. K.G. Rathod sir, Principal, Mangaldeep Institute of Pharmacy, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, with a shawl, book and a memento as a token of appreciation and gratitude. Next, I would like to request our Principal, Dr. Santosh Shetty sir, to kindly felicitate Dr. Vandana Patil ma'am, Vice Principal, Yash Institute of Pharmacy, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, with a shawl, book and memento. Thank you all. I request all the dignitaries to kindly take their seats. Now, moving forward, every successful event begins with of Associate Dean at Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Technological University, Lonere, Raigad. Today, he proudly represents both Srinath College of Pharmacy and the university, reflecting the strong academic collaboration that has been instrumental in organizing this conference. I would now like to invite our principal, Dr. Santosh Shetye sir, to deliver the opening remarks and kindly formally welcome the gathering.
Respected eminent speaker of the conference, Dr. Ambedkar sir, Professor Consultant, Whitefield, Indiana, USA, and founder of the Goa Center of Excellence in Intellectual Property. Respected Chief Guest, Dr. Vishnukant Moria sir, former Principal, Government College of Pharmacy, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, and a distinguished mentor to pharmacy education. Respected Guest of Honor, Dr. Anand Kulkarni sir, Global Head and Vice President, Project Management and Operational Excellence, Syngene International Limited, Bangalore. Respected Dr. Sanjay Toshniwal sir, Secretary, Indian Pharmaceutical Association, Aurangabad Branch, Central Council Member for Pharmacy Council of India. Eminent Speaker of the second session, Dr. Suhas Evle sir, Associate Director, Techno-Commercial and responsible for the Dissolution Application Lab, Karbe, MITC, Navi Mumbai. Pioneer of DGPS and divisional leader and the support system of Srinath College of Pharmacy, Honorable Secretary Sri Eknathji Jadhav sir, young mind and a dynamic leader, Honorable Joint Secretary Sri Amanji Jadhav sir, visionary and dynamic leader, Dr. M.S. Degan sir, Principal, Y.B. Chauhan College of Pharmacy, enthusiastic Dr. Gajan Sanat sir, Principal, LBY College of Pharmacy, supportive and one of the compassionate personality, Dr. Niraj Nirbane, Principal, UDP College of Pharmacy, Fulamri, one of the most dedicated and the disciplined principal, Dr. Suresh Sulke, Principal, Shreyas Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research, Satara, Principal, Dr. Rathore sir, Principal, Mangalgiri Institute of Pharmacy, Nipani, Principal, Dr. J.C. Bairagi, Rashtriya College of Pharmacy, Kannada, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. Respected dignitaries on the dais, distinguished advisory committee members, faculty members, industry experts, researchers, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, very good morning to one and all. It gives me immense pleasure and great pride to welcome you all to the 2 days National Conference on Dissolution Testing and Viability in Drug Development, Unique Applications of IVIC in Generic Drug Development, organized by Srinath College of Pharmacy, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, in association with Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Technological University, Lonere, and Indian Pharmaceutical Association, Aurangabad Branch. Today, indeed, is a proud moment for Srinath College of Pharmacy as we bring together renowned academicians, pharmaceutical scientists, industry leaders, researchers, and students on a common platform to discuss one of the most significant areas of modern pharmaceutical development. I am delighted to share that more than 330 delegates, 65 posters from Maharashtra and various parts of India have registered for this conference. The participants include faculty members, research scholars, industry professionals, and students. And also to mention that due to the overwhelming response, several delegates are joining through the online mode. This enthusiastic participation clearly reflects the relevance and importance of this conference. At the outset, I express my sincere gratitude to our management, Honorable Secretary Sri Eknathji Jadhav sir and Honorable Secretary Sri Aman Jadhav sir for their vision, encouragement and unwavering support to make this international conference possible. We are deeply honored by the presence of Dr. Ambedkar sir, a globally acclaimed pharmaceutical scientist whose pioneering work in dissolution science, biology studies, pharmaceutical development, regulatory sciences, and intellectual property has contributed immensely to the advancement of pharmaceutical research and industry worldwide. We are equally privileged to welcome our mentor, Dr. Lonere sir, whose guidance, mentorship, and constant encouragement have been instrumental in transforming this conference from a vision into the reality. His contribution to pharmacy education and research continues to inspire us all. We are also honored to have Dr. Anand Kulkarni sir with us today. As a global head and vice president, project management and operational excellence at Syngene International Limited, Bangalore, he has led several global pharmaceutical development institutes and represents excellence in pharmaceutical innovation, leadership, and operational management. Sir, we are sincerely thanking you for gracing the occasion. Thank you, sir. I also extend my heartfelt appreciation to Dr. Sanjay Toshniwal sir for his valuable guidance and support in strengthening the Association of Indian Pharmaceutical Association with this conference and for his continued efforts towards advancement of the pharmacy profession. Srinath College of Pharmacy was established in 2018 under the aegis of Bharati Gramin Punarashna Sanstha. It has steadily emerged as the center of quality pharmaceutical education and research. The institute offers diploma, degree, postgraduate and PhD courses in the domain of the pharmacy and also remains committed to academic excellence, innovation, research and professional development. Our faculty members and students have consistently contributed through research publications, patents, books, GPAT achievements, university merits and active participation in national and international academic activities. The organization of this international conference marks another important milestone in the journey towards becoming a center of excellence in pharmaceutical education and research. The pharmaceutical industry today is rapidly evolving with increasing emphasis on quality, efficacy, safety and regulatory compliance. In this context, just because we need to understand the concept of this, so we are arranging the dissolution testing, viability assessment and in vitro immunocorrelation, which has become the indispensable tools in the modern drug development. The expert deliberations during these 2 days will provide valuable insights into current scientific advancements, industrial practices and regulatory expectations in this important domain. I take this opportunity to acknowledge the dedicated efforts of all the organizing committee members, all the advisory committee members, faculty members, staff members and the student volunteers whose commitment and teamwork has made this conference into a reality. I am confident that the discussions and interactions during these 2 days will foster meaningful collaborations, encouraging and involving research and contributing significantly to the advancement of pharmaceutical sciences. Once again, I extend my welcome to all the distinguished guests, delegates and the participants. I wish this international conference grand success and truly enriching learning experience for all of us. Thank you, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful words. Now moving further, we shall now proceed with the addresses of our esteemed dignitaries. Distinguished guests are not merely participants in an event, they are the sources of inspiration whose experiences, achievements and vision guide us towards excellence. Now it is my immense pleasure to introduce our esteemed guest of honor, Dr. Anand Kulkarni sir, Global Head and Vice President, Project Management and Operational Excellence at Syngene International Limited, Bangalore. With over 22 years of distinguished global experience in pharmaceutical innovation, development, manufacturing and strategic leadership, Dr. Kulkarni sir has successfully led transformative initiatives across India, USA, Europe and China. A PhD in pharmacy, MBA and certified Scrum Master, he has held key leadership positions in renowned organizations such as Novartis, Sandoz, Thermo Fisher Scientific and Syngene International. His exceptional contributions to pharmaceutical innovation and leadership have earned him several prestigious accolades, including the Global Achievers Award 2025 for excellence in pharma innovation and leadership. With numerous patents, publications and international conference presentations to his credit, he continues to inspire the pharmaceutical fraternity through his commitment to excellence, innovation and mentorship. We are really honored by your presence, sir. Now, I would like to request Dr. Anand Kulkarni sir to please address the gathering.
Good morning. Can you hear me well? Great. So it's really a pleasure today to be a part of this event. Especially I would like to thank Srinath College of Pharmacy and the university to have this kind of immense gathering. I was hearing from Pushpanal sir, within a short period we have more than 350 participants logged for this event. Zado sir, the extended managed staff. And when I came to know that on today's dais we are going to have Dr. Umesh Banakar, I was not able to stop myself. Because we all are really lucky to have him today. I recollect my days of pharmacy, pharmacy I was speaking to him in the morning. He covered reading his Master Decker's Resolution series. So we all are really lucky to have him here. Also, three more things. So I can see Moria sir here, who has done immense work in the transform pharmacy education in India. Dr. Toshnawal sir, I know the theme is also about intellectual property, and every one of us know the work he has done in IP revolution, intellectual property revolution in India. Good to have him here. All the renowned principals of the colleges around, staff, students and faculty members. I really wish this event a great success. I recollect dissolution is the word which is very well associated with every pharmacist, because whatever we make, it goes in a body, it gets dissolved and it gets impact. That's how we know dissolution from decades. But if you see, the evolution of dissolution is changed like enormous, especially in this today's era when industry and academia we are seeing. Any guess the number of transformation? Because I recollect, sir, years back, when we think about dissolution viability, it is more like you make number of batches, you try, you test, you see what is going to work, then you have again trial one fail, you do another, then you try different dissolution media, what is going to be biorelevant, what is going to be in, you just do a many guesswork, then go to pilot batches, then do a pivotal batches, you get a few failure and again come back. It's years of work, years of activities, and then you still have a doubt what's going to be a post-approval changes, especially in the A&D world. Okay? And if some facility change happens from say site A to site B, if you do scale up, again you have a changes you have to justify. So that's the era when it was tremendous effort by every formulator, every analyst, every QC testing person to really know and justify to FDA that what I have done is correct. But the era changed rapidly. If you go from last 5 to 10 years or even 15 years, you can see the evolution. Dissolution is not the only QC test. Dissolution is a test which actually predict the behavior things in vivo. Okay? And that prediction becomes even more relevant in the IV-IVC world, which I understand one of the core theme for this event, IV-IVC and also PBPK. I recollect, sir, when back 20 years, Okada used to file the applications for ANDA, the number of profiles we used to generate with F1, F2s and correlations and so on. And still when you go in vivo, in a single test, bioequivalency viability is not made, especially class 2 and class 4 compounds. Very, very difficult. But what I see a relevance now is with all these IV-IVC, GastroPlus like simulators, the things change in a rapid way where I recollect, if I'm not wrong, almost 25 to 30% of new applications in FDA and Europe, they are going with complete predictable models now. Huge change. 15 years back is less than 5%, now it's almost 30% application, very well accepted by all the regulatory agencies. And that shows that the simulation, the IV-IVC, the correlation is a big thing in the industry. And this is a wonderful opportunity for all of us here to really learn from the experts here. And this I also understood this is not only a theory based, but it's also hands-on workshop, which is definitely going to change the perspective, the way industry is shifting. And there's also an element. The entire thing is not about why FDA is accepting or not. It's about the patients are waiting. Every single trial we reduce, we can bring the formulation, bring the product early to the market. And every product come early to the market, save those opportunity of patients to get better, affordable medications. And I also understand that generic medication is one of the very much benefited thing from this IBIOC correlation, knowing the innovator versus generic, gold standard versus the me tools, these are things. Also shaping the medication, like from lab, dissolution test is no more only a lab instrument now. It's the instrument which is very, very well acknowledged. And I have seen very recently, 6 months back, one of the formulation we were working, sir, with one of the innovator company, and to bring around the early insights for even phase 1 studies with available predictable tools. GastroPlus really helped us with all the data which is relevantly accepted by European agency eventually. So those are the areas which we need to think beyond, do for something and then try, rather than predict something, take less number of trials, go take a risk-based approaches and see how the data comes. So this is going to be a wonderful conference. I'm sure that what learnings will bring here will definitely inspire all of us to think beyond the vessel of dissolution, think about global scope and see how best we can use these predictable models eventually. I can also share something from an industry perspective. This is very, very relevant because it's all things which start from academia, all the thinking which goes from here. And those thinkings really help us to understand how we can reduce number of things with the practical applications. So, like Sir's book I was referring to, those kind of books, also Mora sir have many books written. So those are the things which actually ignite thinking and see, okay, how we can try different approaches to make shortening of the thinking. Also, clinical area is one of the very, very relevant thing, and as you see, especially for our country, India, the clinical is one of the growing segments. But at the same time, data integrity is getting one of the concern areas. So we really need to work hard to see, okay, we have a science, we have an integrity, and we have a concepts which work tremendously. And I'm sure with the audiences here and with the knowledge we are going to get here, we'll definitely do a great job to bring the clinical relevance of all the activities what we do further. And eventually I just want to again thanks everyone for inviting me here. Toshniwal sir, especially in the morning when he called me, and all Srinath College of Pharmacy staff and management, that they decided me to be here on the platform. Pleasure having you here. Enjoy the conference, enjoy the learning, and really looking forward to hear from all of you. Thank you and have a great day. Thank you, sir. Thanks.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring and insightful words. Now, it is my privilege to introduce our next guest of honor, Dr. Sanjay Toshniwal sir, one such distinguished personality whose remarkable contributions have left an indelible mark on pharmaceutical education, intellectual property rights, and professional development. Dr. Sanjay Toshniwal sir currently serves as the Secretary of Indian Pharmaceutical Association and as a Central Council member of the Pharmacy Council of India, New Delhi. With more than 2 decades of distinguished experience spanning academia and the pharmaceutical education, he has consistently demonstrated excellence in leadership, professional development, and academic advancement. He holds distinguished academic credentials including a PhD in pharmaceutical chemistry, an LLB, and the prestigious qualification of patent attorney, in which he secured an All India top rank. Dr. Toshniwal sir is a nationally recognized expert in intellectual property rights and patent facilitation. His outstanding achievements include receiving the All India Topper Award in the Patent Agent Examination conducted by the Indian Patent Office, the Pharmacy Teacher of the Year Award, National Bharat Vidya Shiromani Award, Edupreneur Award, and several other prestigious recognitions. He has served on numerous national committees and professional bodies and has delivered expert lectures across the country on intellectual property rights, pharmaceutical sciences, and innovation. His commitment to research is reflected through multiple patent publications and granted patents. Currently, he serves as a Secretary of Indian Pharmaceutical Association, Committee member of PCI New Delhi, founder and General Secretary of Dr. S.K. Toshniwal Educational and Research Trust and Director of Vidarbha Institute of Pharmacy, Vashi. Through his visionary leadership and dedication, he continues to inspire students, academicians, researchers, and industry professionals. Sir, we are really honored by your presence. May I now respectfully request Dr. Toshniwal sir to address the gathering and share his valuable thoughts with us.
Good morning, one and all. Excellency on the dais, dignitaries present of the dais, teachers of various institutions and dear participants. Let me extend the welcome on behalf of Indian Pharmaceutical Association. Friends, we were at Delhi, me and Moria sir, recently, maybe 15 days or 20 days back. And Moria sir just shared that Dr. Banakar is coming to India. And then immediately we thought to grab this opportunity क्योंकि डॉक्टर बनाकर साहब के बुक से ही हमने पढ़ाया था जब हम टीचिंग पढ़ाते थे डिसोल्यूशन जैसे कंसेप्ट and let us have him in personal hearing at this occasion. Friends, we see many programs are organized in an additive way. And today I learned how to organize a program in a synergistic way. Let me compliment Dr. Sherke and Srinath team for organizing this program in a synergistic way. Why so feelings are? Because on the stage we see one MD, one MS and one PhD sitting here. MD, Master of Dissolution, Dr. Banakar sir. MS, Dr. Anand Kulkarni, a Master of Success. You have heard him just now about his technical deliberations, but in addition to that, in life, if we are falling down, how to rise with the double strength, we can learn from him, Dr. Anand Kulkarni. And then we have a PhD sitting here amongst us. A person of high dignity, Dr. V.K. Maurya sir, who is always a mentor for everyone. And I hope all of us are students to Dr. Maurya sir. Friends, today's topic, dissolution testing. Basically, the strong dissolution strategies, as mentioned by Dr. Anand, it is very important for better, faster and safer medication development in the pharmaceutical industry. Why I say this? Because as he mentioned, Dr. Anand, if you look at the historical development of this dissolution testing, we have to go to the roots way back to the 19th century. And you will find that in 1897, it was the first equation came up, Noyes-Whitney equation, wherein how the solid gets dissolved in liquid was brought to the field by the physical chemistry people. And then when we moved on in the mid of 20th century, around 1950s and onwards, the dissolution test emerged as essential quality control tool in pharmaceuticals, and various pharmacopoeias like including United States Pharmacopoeia, they included this dissolution test in the quality control parameters of solid dosage forms. Later on, in the 21st century, FDA introduced BCS system, Biopharmaceutics Classification System in 2000. And this supported IV-IVC correlations, as Dr. Anand had said, and increased the role of dissolution testing in bioequivalence studies, which is very important. And now, recently, with the impact of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and computational fluid dynamics, it has given a new dimension to the dissolution studies. And so I said dissolution testing or strategies is a very important drive for better, faster and safer development of medications in the field. So with this, I know that all of us are eager to hear Dr. Banakar sir. So we will not take much time, and Once again, best wishes and happy learning for the next 2 days from Dr. Banakar, and with the practical training from the pharmaceutical company who developed the instrument for dissolution testing. Thank you very much once again, and congratulations to the Srinath team. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words. Now, the true value of the conference lies in the wisdom shared by experts. We are fortunate to have with us another eminent personality whose contribution to pharmaceutical education and research is highly commendable. It is a matter of immense honor and privilege to introduce our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Vishnukant Maurya sir, former principal, Government College of Pharmacy, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, a distinguished academic leader, renowned pharmaceutical scientist, and visionary educator whose contributions have significantly shaped the landscape of pharmaceutical education and research in India. With an illustrious career spanning over 38 years, Dr. Maurya sir has served with exceptional distinction as the principal of Government College of Pharmacy, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, and as a professor emeritus at Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Marathwada University. Throughout his remarkable journey, he has dedicated himself in advancing pharmaceutical sciences through research, innovation, academic leadership, and mentorship. Dr. Maurya sir is internationally acclaimed for his pioneering work in chitosan-based drug delivery systems, particularly his groundbreaking research on chemical modifications of chitosan, thiolate chitosan, and trimethyl chitosan. His landmark scientific contributions have earned him over 5,000 citations worldwide, with an impressive H-index of 26, making him one of the most respected researchers in his field. A prolific scholar, he has authored more than 77 high-impact research papers and review articles, and has made significant contributions to nanotechnology, transdermal drug delivery, pharmaceutical quality assurance, computational drug design, and pharmaceutical policy development. Beyond research, Dr. Maurya sir has played a pivotal role in shaping pharmacy education through his involvement in curriculum design, GPAT initiatives, NBA activities, regulatory reforms, and quality enhancement programs. He has served as a resource person for prestigious organizations like UGC, ECI, AICT, APTI, and various universities, inspiring countless students, researchers, and academicians across the nation. His life and work exemplify the perfect blend of scientific excellence, visionary leadership, and unwavering dedication to education. Sir, your contribution have illuminated the path for researchers, educators, and students. We are privileged to have you amongst us today. Now, may I requestfully invite Dr. Maurya sir to kindly address the gathering and share his thoughts.
Good morning, friends. Good morning. We are here for you. सर्वप्रथम माँ वीणा पानी को मेरा नमन. व्यास पीपल विराजमान मेरे आइडल डॉक्टर बनकर, with whom I have an association. I don't know how many years old, sir. I don't remember. But I remember the whole story when I joined Government College of Pharmacy, Aurangabad, when we were not having even the building. Is it, sir? And I just had to take 2 minutes so they can understand that what exactly the might is. Dr. Bankar came to Nanded on team, and at that time, being the practitioner of dissolution, I used to refer every article and book of Professor Bankar, and when I got the information that Dr. Umesh Bankar is coming to Nanded, I was also invited in that conference. So I went there. Then I thought, can I invite Dr. Bankar to Aurangabad? Then suddenly the thought came in my mind, I don't have even the building. That's a very interesting story. So in the evening, just casually I asked, sir, can you come to Aurangabad? So he saw towards me and asked about me. So I will see. So I thought the person coming from America can government afford the ticket for his travel, his stay, because the decorum has to be maintained, and Dr. Bankar is a name, is a brand in industries and in academics. I don't want to go in detail of it. So the things could not be materialized, and I ended my talk with a note that you all big people are made for big people only. And we are a very small institute of Marathwada. It's very difficult that our student can be benefited out of it. Chapter ended. And I came, all of a sudden, one fine day I got an email. And it was written that I am Umesh Bankar. Still I have that mail. I am Umesh Bankar. Do you remember that we met at Nanded and you said that you want to arrange a lecture? So I said, yes sir, but I cannot afford your ticket. So he said that, no, you don't worry. So I was surprised how it is possible such a big person will say that from America I don't need travel cost. And he said, I am coming to Mumbai. From there I will go to Hyderabad. Is it possible to you that Hyderabad to Aurangabad ticket? I said it's very simple. Then I thought I don't have even a room. That's very interesting. I was not having a room, and my college was in a hostel, Polytechnic, building B, which was supposed to be demolished. One man knows. So we have arranged, and we said that Dr. we will arrange. And gratefully I acknowledge the contribution of Dr. Devada Patil from Yash College at that time. So he said, sir, you don't worry, I will arrange history for him. So this is how the story started. Everyone is witness, one is the Dr. Devan also. We have made arrangement in a, it was perfect, no room. Huh? So the building rooftop, we made a room and we put all desk and all, and Dr. Bankar came. And he said, I said that, do you want any interaction or something? Nothing, solo, I will do. Solo means for how much time? 2 hours, 3 hours. So, surprisingly, he started dot at 9:30, still I. And his first lecture stopped at 7:15 in the evening. Solo person. You cannot imagine. And at 7:15 when he ended, I said that, what do you want to do? He said that I will go to hotel, I will take rest. So I said, okay, you take your dinner. And being principal in such a deficient condition, I was sitting and doing work. So that this gentleman, he came back. And he said that you have network. I said, yes. But I don't have a place for you to sit here. No, it's all right. If you have a small sofa and that, I will sit here. Up to night, probably 3 o'clock, he was working there in my room. Up to it. Whatsoever it is, I just want to tell you what is the dedication. Moreover effort. Everyone has said dissolution. Moreover, next day, to whom you will call as a person who can sit with Professor Bankar? So I called Dr. Bise. He was senior most at that time. So I said, sir, Dr. Bankar is likely to come, so you please be present in the program. So at my residence, Dr. Bise was staying. And on the next day, it was a Tuesday. So Tuesday I was having a fast. So my wife has cooked Sabudana khichdi. So we saw that it is still for next day conference. It is a time of around half an hour, and we will have this khichdi, and then we will go. In the meantime, Dr. Bankar will come and we will start second session. So we are eating, both me and Bise sir. All of a sudden, one auto stopped at my doorstep. And Dr. Bankar stopped it. ऐसे विशेषज्ञ को मैंने बोला बनकर सर इधर आए बोले तो I was just shocked. And then said, how come you are here? No. I have asked one person where Lonere sir is staying and I'll go home. He came home. I was having nothing for breakfast. So my wife said, अपन सर को खिचड़ी दी तो चलेगा साबुदाने खिचड़ी. So a person coming from America first time at my home, I was not knowing how to greet him. So I said, साबुदाने की खिचड़ी खाएंगे क्या? बोले yes. He started. Surprisingly, I always feel tears in my eyes. After some time, when he finished it, he asked my wife, do you have little more? And unfortunately, it was not there. Because she made only for me and Dr. Bisesar. This is Dr. Bankar, small story. But beyond that, there are many things. Everyone has talked about dissolution. With your kind permission, can I say a little more for your next venture? For which I have invited him. Dear friend, pharmacy profession in India is going through a very, very sorrow phase. Everyone is having a blank future because of increased number of pharmacists we are producing, that is quality. And not only students, but the parents are also having that kind of a fear, what is the job opportunity? And quality of pharmacy education is becoming a problem. The regulatory agency of India are putting day by day new constraint, like for a teacher, they say that initially when we were there, M.Pharm was enough. But now they say that not only M.Pharm, now you should have a publication. So UGC has mandated publication. So every institute is producing publications. If you see statistics, it is very alarming. In India, at one time, we were lagging behind for publication number across the globe. But when Dr. Raghunath Mashelkar first talked about it, and people have started publishing the things, then the thought came, ki publish or perish. This was a slogan given at that time. If you are not publishing, you are not standing in the scientific field. Unfortunate thing is that everyone knows on Facebook, the advertisement is there, give 3,000 rupee, you will be first author. Give 2,000 rupee, you will be the second author. Without understanding what is the meaning of publication. But in the time when this process matured up, people thought that we are useless people because we don't have patents. So Indians do not have patent, so their viability to have the good market share is very, very less. So next phase came. Not only publication, but you should have patent. So the Facebook has changed the pattern. Now on Facebook advertisement is there. Do you want to have patent? First number 10,000 rupee. Second 5,000 rupee. A lot of patents are there. Now in any college you go, you will get a faculty. I have 10 patents. What patents? Design patents. But the question is that if publications are converted to the patent, people don't understand what is the meaning of publication, what is the meaning of patent. Since a regulatory body says you have done it. But patent and publications are two different ideology. Patents are useful only and only when you commercialize it. Because research is not a charity. Research is requiring funds. In India only research is done free of cost. This thing we could not understand and we have lost the credibility of the global science community. That they are having publications which do not have the value. They have the patents but no commercial viability. So that's why industry doesn't trust you. You means academic community. But I will not talk in detail. But the hope is seen with the people like Dr. Umesh Bankar. I requested him to come here not to tell about dissolution. Today he will talk about dissolution, but friends, tomorrow's day is very important. He is going to talk on IPR. He has earned a lot in his lifetime, because I know when he first visit he says that I have to give the bill to OHAT of these many dollars. But today he said, no, I have come here for charity. Charity is for Indian students. He has the life mission now to train the student in the area of IPR, and he on his own expense visiting good Indian industries, good Indian institute and university. And he has chosen Srinath College as one of the institute for this to come and say it. And for this, my special thanks, very special thanks to the person like Honorable Eknathji, Anuji, and Dr. Shetty. When me and Toshinwal sir has approached, within 2 minutes we have decided that it will be done. You don't know what kind of the pain were there. And I don't want to describe them here, but he did it. My friends, I am retired from my professional services, but my life mission is still on. I am for my students. Please enjoy it. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful words. As we move towards the conclusion of this inaugural session, it is my privilege to invite a visionary leader whose unwavering support and guidance continue to strengthen the academic excellence of our institution. I respectfully invite our Honorable Secretary, Shri Eknathji Jadhav sir, to address the gathering.
सर्वांना नमस्कार. येतो आवाज पाठीमागे? तुम्ही बोलत नाही, मला वाटलं तुम्ही ऐकायला आलीच नाही. नमस्कार केल्यावर मला वाटतं नमस्कार केला पाहिजे, ते रिस्पॉन्स बरोबर आहे का नाही? सर्वांना नमस्कार. आता मला वाटतं तुम्ही हात सगळे. आज आपल्या या इंटरनॅशनल कॉन्फरन्समध्ये उपस्थित असलेले खूप मोठे ग्रस्त परंतु नवीन असले, आता मोरे सरांनी ज्या पद्धतीने त्यांचं वर्णन केलं, इतके मोठ्या व्यक्ती या फार्मास्युटिकल क्षेत्रातल्या आणि इतक्या साधेपणाने सहज आणि स्वतःच्या खर्चाने इथपर्यंत येतात, म्हणून मी म्हटलं जमिनीवर असणार. आपले एवढं मोठं हाईट असताना सुद्धा या सेंटरमध्ये आणि आपण एवढं सर्वसाधारणपणे सगळ्या ठिकाणी आणि विशेषतः विद्यार्थ्यांना त्याचा फायदा व्हावा, प्राध्यापकांना त्याचा उपयोग व्हावा या दृष्टीने सगळ्या ठिकाणी आलेत असे डॉक्टर बनकर साहेब, दुसरे मोरे सर. तर मी फार्मसीवाले सुरू करायचं आम्ही जेव्हा ठरवलं त्यावेळेस पहिल्यांदा मोरे सरांकडे गेलो. म्हटलं सर फार्मसीवाले सुरू करायचे काय करावं लागतं, तर सुरुवातीला तर काय माहीत नसतं त्याचं. सरांनी व्यवस्थित गायडन्स केलं आणि मग हळूहळू शेळके सर आम्ही सगळ्यांनी एकत्र येऊन इथपर्यंत आता पोहोचून आज ही इंटरनॅशनल कॉन्फरन्स आपल्या समोर या ठिकाणी घेतोय. आजच्या आपल्या कॉन्फरन्सला उपस्थित असलेले डॉक्टर मोरे सर, त्यानंतर डॉक्टर कुलकर्णी सर, आपले तोष्णीवाल सर, दुसरे आपले सुहाजी येवले सर, डॉक्टर देगान सर आणि अजून कुणी राहिले असेल तर सर्व सर मंडळी उपस्थित, सर्व प्राध्यापक, विद्यार्थी आणि सर्व पार्टिसिपंट्स. तर म्हणजे हे फार व्हास्ट आणि मोठं क्षेत्र आहे. मानवाच्या जीवनाशी खेळणारं क्षेत्र काय आहे? तर औषध. चांगली औषधं निर्माण केली त्याचा उपयोग होतो. औषधामध्ये गडबड झाली तर काय होतं सगळ्यांना माहिती, हे सांगण्याची गरज नाही. आणि अशा क्षेत्रामध्ये जबाबदारीने काम करून आणि आपल्या नॉलेजचा उपयोग हा समाजासाठी व्हावा, माणसासाठी व्हावा, यासाठी डॉक्टर बनकर साहेबांसारखी मंडळी अहोरात्र झटत असतात. आणि म्हणूनच जे वेगवेगळे रिसर्च होतील, या रिसर्चमधून पेटंट तयार होतील. पण पेटंट असे नाही की आता मोरे सरांनी सांगितले असे, पेटंट पेटंटच्याच पद्धतीने राहते, बरोबर. आणि त्याचा उपयोग खऱ्या अर्थाने इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये जाऊन आणि चांगल्या क्वालिटीची औषधं मेंटेन होईल अशा पद्धतीने हे वेगवेगळ्या ठिकाणची आपल्या अशा कॉन्फरन्स होणं आवश्यक आहे. खरं तर मी बनकर सरांना खूप खूप धन्यवाद देतो. त्यांनी या आपल्या छोट्याशा इन्स्टिट्यूटचं म्हणजे आता सुरू झालं 7-8 वर्षापूर्वी त्या इन्स्टिट्यूटला वेळ दिला आणि आपल्या समोर आज ते त्या ठिकाणी नॉलेज त्यांचं प्रेझेंट करत आहेत. म्हणजे आम्हाला काही फार बारकावे माहीत नसतात, परंतु आम्हाला कोणी सांगितलं बाबा हे करावं लागेल, आम्ही ते करण्याचा प्रयत्न करतो. या ठिकाणी जर आपण बनकर सरांना बोलवलं तर आपल्या विद्यार्थ्यांना फायदा होईल. मला शेळके सरांनी सांगितलं, मी म्हटलं बिलकुल करायला पाहिजे, बिलकुल बोलवायला पाहिजे. कारण जोपर्यंत असं एक्सपोजर मिळत नाही तोपर्यंत आपण काय शिकू शकतो त्याचा अंदाज आलेला बरा. सरांनी आता उल्लेख केला की आपल्याकडे क्वालिटीचे काय कशी परिस्थिती आहे, काय काय या शिक्षण क्षेत्रात चाललेलं आहे. तर म्हणजे आम्ही राजकीय क्षेत्रात जरी काम करत असलो तरी अनेक वाईट अनुभव आहे शिक्षण क्षेत्रामध्ये, की काय प्रकार चालतात. आता शेळके सर अनेक ठिकाणी त्या इन्स्पेक्शनला जातात, ते सांगतात त्या ठिकाणची काय काय परिस्थिती आहे, कशी परिस्थिती आहे. आम्हाला ऐकून वाईट वाटतं की सर असंच चाललं तर विद्यार्थ्यांना काय शिकवणार. त्या दृष्टीने आता आपण प्रयत्न करतोय की चांगलं क्वालिटी एज्युकेशन कसं देता येईल आणि त्यासाठी शक्य होईल तेवढं आहे अवेलेबल असलेल्या इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चरमधून काय देता येईल यासाठी प्रयत्न असतो. त्या दृष्टिकोनातून आजही आपण त्या ठिकाणी कॉन्फरन्स आयोजित केलेली आहे. मी सर्व डिग्निटरीजना जे आपल्या क्षेत्रामध्ये तज्ज्ञ आहेत त्या सर्वांचं या ठिकाणी स्वागत करतो, त्यांना धन्यवाद देतो आणि थांबतो. जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र. धन्यवाद.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words and continuous encouragement. Now moving forward, gratitude is the fairest blossom that springs from the soul. As we conclude this inaugural ceremony, it is time to acknowledge and appreciate all those whose efforts and presence have made this inaugural event a grand success. I now invite Ms. Vaidagi Rathod ma'am to propose the inaugural vote of thanks. Please, ma'am.
A very pleasant good afternoon to everyone. I, Ms. Vaidagi Rathod, Associate Professor, Srinath College of Pharmacy, and it is my indeed pleasure to propose the vote of thanks for the inaugural session of 2 days international conference on dissolution testing and bioavailability of drug development, unique applications of in vitro, in vivo correlation in generic drug development. First and foremost, I express my sincere gratitude to the eminent speaker, Dr. Umesh Bankar sir, for gracing this event and with the presence of him. Sir, your vast experience, inspiring words and valuable guidance have enlightened us and motivated all the participants to strive for the excellence in the pharmaceutical research and innovation. Next, I would like to thank and articulate our deep appreciation to the Chief Guest, Honorable Dr. V.K. Moria sir, the former Principal of Government College of Pharmacy, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. Your valuable insights, inspiring words and thoughtful perspective have greatly enriched this occasion. Also, I would like to thank the next guest of honor, Dr. Anand Kulkarni sir, the Global Head and Vice President, Project Management and Operational Excellence of Syngene International. I would like to thank you sir for elevating this event. Next, I would like to extend my heartfelt appreciation to the guest of honor, Dr. Sanjay Toshiwal sir, Secretary of Indian Pharmaceutical Association and Central Council Member of Pharmacy Council of India, New Delhi. Sir, your continuous support, motivation and cooperation have contributed significantly to the successful planning and execution of this conference. I extend my sincere thanks to Mr. Suhas Yevle sir, Associate Director, Soltex, Mumbai. Thank you sir for adding an elegance in this event. I extend my sincere thanks to Shri Eknathji Jadhav sir, the Secretary of Bharatiya Gramin Punarranjana Sanstha, and Shri Amar Jadhav sir for Joint Secretary of Bharatiya Gramin Punarranjana Sanstha for their visionary leadership, constant encouragement and unwavering support in organizing this international conference. Their guidance has been instrumental in making this event a reality. A special word of thanks goes to our respected principal, Dr. Santosh Shetty sir, whose dedication, meticulous planning and tireless efforts ensured the smooth organization of every aspect of this event. Thank you for setting the high expectations, shaping the positive tone of our campus, and being the pillar and strength of entire student body and the staff. My sincere gratitude is also extended to Dr. Manoj Damare sir and Dr. Prabhakar Banzade sir for organizing this event as an organizing secretary and all the members of advisory committee, scientific committee, registration committee, hospitality committee, technical support, also the non-teaching staff and the student volunteers for their hard work, coordination, teamwork and the sincere views. I would like to thank the eminent collaborators, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Technological University, Lonere, and Pharmaceutical Association, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, for their valuable association and support in this organizing the conference. I also extend my gratitude to the faculty members, the delegates, research scholars, students who joined this today and contributed their fruitful academic gathering through their enthusiastic participation. Finally, I would like to thank the press, conference and the social medias. Also, I would like to thank everyone who worked directly or indirectly to make this inaugural session a grand success. Once again, I thank each and everyone for gracing this event with their presence. Thank you all and have a productive conference ahead.
Thank you, Vaidehi ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, with the successful completion of the inaugural ceremony, we now embark on the academic journey for which we have all gathered here. Before we proceed further, may I respectfully request our esteemed dignitaries to kindly take their designated seats among the audience and continue to raise the conference with their presence. Now moving further to our technical sessions. The technical sessions of this conference have been carefully designed to provide valuable insights into dissolution testing, bioavailability studies, in vitro in vivo correlation and their applications in modern drug development. We are indeed privileged to have with us Dr. Umesh Bankar sir, an internationally renowned expert in pharmaceutical sciences, drug development and intellectual property rights, who will share his vast knowledge, rich experience and valuable perspectives with us during today's technical sessions. I am confident that his expertise and guidance will provide all the participants with meaningful learning and fresh insights into contemporary pharmaceutical research and development. To ensure the smooth conduct of all the technical sessions scheduled for today, I now invite Mr. Deepak Kulkarni sir to kindly take the charge of the proceedings, introduce our speaker and coordinate all the technical sessions. Please, sir.
So once again, very good morning and welcome to one and all present here. I am Deepak Kulkarni, Assistant Professor, Srinath College of Pharmacy. Welcome you all for this 2 days international conference on dissolution testing and bioavailability in drug development. Unique applications of in vitro in vivo correlation in generic drug development. It is my immense pleasure and honor to introduce our today's resource person and eminent speaker, Dr. Ambedkar sir. Sir is the Professor of Pharmaceutics and President, Ambedkar Consulting Services USA. His expertise includes the drug product development and evaluation, dissolution testing and in vitro in vivo correlation, bioavailability and bioequivalence studies, pharmaceutical technology transfers, new drug applications as well as abbreviated new drug applications development, clinical research from phase 1 to phase 4, pharmaceutical patent litigation support. In professional contribution, Sir is the independent consultant and advisor to the pharmaceutical industry and academia worldwide. He is the member of international scientific advisory boards of several pharmaceutical corporations. Successfully, he has completed the numerous global technology transfer projects, testifying and non-testifying expert in 50 plus pharmaceutical patent litigations, founding chairperson of 2 international CROs. He executed 400 plus clinical trials including bioequivalence studies. In awards and honors, Sir is the holder of multiple awards for excellence in teaching and research, 2 Service to the Country awards from the United Nations, nominated for the Distinguished Fulbright Scholar Award for the teaching, as well as Sir is the expert in research and development. In research and development, he has authored more than 100 scientific publications, published more than 100 abstracts in the various international conferences, numerous workshop manual books, book chapters and monographs, 45 plus expert book reviews, and 5 guest editorials. He is the author of Pharmaceutical Dissolution Testing. He is the author of Drug Development Sources, co-editor of Desk Book for Pharmaceutical Dissolution Science and Application, co-editor of Nanobiomedicine, and co-author of Basic Pharmacokinetics. As everybody have mentioned, his dignity, his work, and his dedication. With this great honor and pride, I will invite Dr. Ambedkar sir on the dais to take the charge for the first technical session.
Good morning. Good afternoon, 4 minutes after midday. मराठी इंग्लिश पाहिजे का इंग्लिश मराठी पाहिजे I just came from Tamil Nadu, rural area of Erode, which is taluka. There are 2 universities, JKK, Lonere pill. So that was a little bit strenuous. पण मध्य प्रदेशमध्ये सुद्धा MOUs आहेत. तिकडे हिंदी चालतं. My Hindi is not that great. Either Marathi is not that great. But it works. To convey a concept, it is more important to understand the concept. नाहीतर मग पुस्तकं आहेतच. पुस्तकामधलं मग दोन मिनिटांनी जर आपल्याला झोप नाही आली तर मग पुस्तक वाचायला चालू करायचं गॅरंटीड झोप येते. आणि ते मॅथमॅटिकल इक्वेशन डिस्ट्रिब्युशन वाचल्यावर ते संपलंच मग. Jury students class, pharmacy students class, I don't think anybody loved to hate more than each one of us. Especially to class नेहमी lunch नंतर असतो. रूम मध्ये एअर कंडिशन असलं तर अजूनही जरा जास्ती बरं वाटतं. नंतर इंडियन पॅटर्न ऍक्ट ऑफ 1970 दिलं की इंडियन फूड अँड ड्रग ऍक्ट येणे की सब आधे ग्रोइंग मिटली. Anyway, I am very happy to be here. मराठी युक्त इंग्लिश करी की जेवढं जमेल तेवढं. ब्राझीलला जात होतो every 5 weeks for about 11 years. So the company had assigned an individual who knew English as my chaperone. माझ्याबरोबर ते नेहमी असायचे. कंटेंट ट्रान्सलेशन, डेव्हलपमेंट आणि काय सगळं. तिने मला एक गुरुमंत्र दिला. काय? कुठलीही भाषा शिकायची असली त्याच्या शिका. You get to know the language very quickly. Distribution बरोबर तसंच करावं काहीतरी. But it is going to be a little bit different. 45 वर्ष US मध्ये म्हटलं तर माझ्याकडे बघून वाटत नाही. ज्याला कोबा त्या हातात घेतलं तर झाला वेळ नाही. Alright. So what are we going to do today particularly? पण बरंच काय ऐकलेलं आहे डिस्ट्रिब्युशन वगैरे 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 वगैरे. आता पण ऐकलं आपण बरंच. एक्झॅक्टली काय डिस्ट्रिब्युशन म्हणून सांगितलं. हे करायला पाहिजे कारण इट इज इम्पॉर्टंट फॉर सेफ्टी, इट इज इम्पॉर्टंट फॉर रेग्युलेटरी पीपल, एफडीएला कन्व्हिन्स करायसाठी आहे. Nobody really told you about what exactly distribution is. करायला पाहिजे ठीक आहे. So what exactly is it? हे आपण बघूया. दुसरी गोष्ट म्हणजे त्याच्याबद्दल आपल्याला exactly what you are expecting from the test. Pharmacy college में तुम्ही जेव्हा येता तेव्हा you are expecting that something is going to be useful for your career, your degree, maybe boyfriend will, maybe girlfriend will. All those things are also there. So the question occurs is, fine, we have to do the solution because now FDA wants it. मला एक simple प्रश्न विचारतो. You are going on the other side of the spectrum. एक simple प्रश्न विचारतो. तुम्ही जेव्हा sustained release formulation बनवता, particularly solid dosage form, आपण सगळे formulator म्हणून गाजलेलो वर्ल्ड मध्ये. तेव्हा रिसेंट गायडन्स मध्ये काय आलेलं आहे की सॉलिड सस्टेन रिलीज फॉर्म्युलेशन ओरल डोसेज टॅबलेट बनवता. तेव्हा व्हॉट इज रिक्वायर्ड इज यू हॅव टू डू अल्कोहोल डोस डंपिंग स्टडी. कारण का टॅबलेट घेतल्यावरती पेशंट त्याच्याबरोबर कधी कधी लावून घेतात. It may be social. It may be just that they are addicted also. polymers are soluble in alcohol. So आपण coating करून sustain release केलं आणि ते polymer ह्याच्यात alcohol मध्ये solubilize होत असतं तर ते टॅबलेट घेतल्यावरती आणि alcohol घेतल्यावरती it will not be a sustained release कारण त्या polymer dissolve होणार तर बाहेर येणार. So what is expected to come out for a long time, it will come out very quickly, and that is known as dumping alcohol dose dumping. तर त्या guidance मध्ये काय दिलेलं आहे की तुम्ही जेव्हा final formulation करता, that form of formulation you have to evaluate in 5 test distribution tests. 1 no alcohol, 2 5% alcohol, 3 10% alcohol, 4 20% alcohol, and 5 40% alcohol. Important आहे. Zero component. दाखवायचं असतं की 0% alcohol मध्ये जे आमचं डिस्ट्रिब्युशन प्रोफाइल आहे that does not change significantly even with this inclusion of so much amount of alcohol. Then you can say that with alcohol also the drug will be still safe and effective. मला एक प्रश्न विचारतो त्याच्यात डिसोल्युशन टेस्ट मध्ये 900 level medium you take standard test. So 900 level आपण 1000 just for argument करूया. How much is for 40% of 1000 ml? 400 ml. If that test is simulating a patient who is going to take the sustained release formulation along with alcohol, गोळी दोन टाकायची आणि 400 ml लावून घ्यायची अर्धा कंपाऊंड 1.5 तासात तर पेशंट will die with alcohol overdose and patient will drown in alcohol. कधी विचार केला आपण करतो आपण सगळे टेस्ट 400 ml of alcohol 40% म्हणजे 40% of whiskey or whatever rum or whatever you drink. In less than 90 minutes you have to consume that. का 90 minutes? कारण त्याच्यानंतर पोटातलं सगळं empty out होतं in intestine, gastric empty. Now tell me, is this even relevant? Is this practical? तर गायडन्स मध्ये हे म्हटलेलं आहे की जर तुम्हाला दिसलं जेव्हा 0% अल्कोहोल मध्ये आणि 5, 10, 20 and 40% अल्कोहोल मध्ये जर डिफरन्स दिसला तर तुम्ही बाहेर वेगळं स्टडी करायला पाहिजे. Without alcohol, give a healthy subject with alcohol and without alcohol. I will be the first person to be a volunteer. फुकट मिळतं बघा. प्लस त्याच्यावरती 2000 रुपये पण मिळतात. Ethics committee कधी अप्रूव्ह करणार नाहीये. ते दिलेलं आहे if there is a difference in distribution profiles with and without alcohol, then it is recommended that you have to do a one study in both to show that clinically it is not relevant. तेव्हा विचार येतो की आपण एक्झॅक्टली डिस्ट्रिब्युशन मध्ये करतो आहे करायचे म्हणून करतो का त्याच्याबद्दल we know about it and then we do it. का करायचं? एका टेक्निशियनला तुम्ही लावलं कामाला घरी पेंट करायचं तुम्हाला येतो पेंटर जातो का कंट्रोल सांगितलंय की बाबा आमचं पिक केलं पाहिजे असे रेषे मारायचे का असे पेंट मारायचे ते काही नाही पेंट बाबा जातो नंतर कळतं की पेंट खाली उतरलेलं आहे सगळं येतो आणि त्याला पेंटरला कळलंच नाही की कसं करायचं पेंट. So that's the question that we have to ask ourselves, exactly what is dissolution and why are we doing it? If you want to be technicians, it is fine, but then the problem is on the other end. ही उद्या जर प्रश्न आला FDA कडनं किंवा कोणाकडनंही की हे तुमचे रिझल्ट तुम्ही एक्सप्लेन करा, पर्टिक्युलरली हे तुमचे डिफरन्सेस जे दिसतात आम्हाला तुमच्या सबमिशन मध्ये, शो दॅट इट इज नॉट क्लिनिकली रेलेव्हंट. त्याच्याकडे बघू आपण. मग आपले चालू होतं. मला कधीही कॉल येत नाही कोणाकडनं जेव्हा बायो स्टडीज पास होतात. जेव्हा फेल होतात तेव्हा मला कॉल येतो. रात्री 3 वाजता कॉल येतो मला, कधी दिवस असतो. Professor, can you help us? We have failed the bio study. I want to do it. Oh, we cannot fail. हातात फेल्युअर आहे. मी उठायच्या आधी त्यांचे 5 रिझन्स असतात की व्हाय वी डिड नॉट फेल. आमचं F2 हे होतं, आमचं ते होतं, बायोरेलेव्हंट डिस्ट्रिब्युशन केलं आम्ही, सगळं केलं. So you cannot fail. You have a failure in your hand. तुम्ही तुला कोर्स फेल झाला तर तुम्ही सगळं सांगता का कसं फेल होणार? मी फेल होऊ शकत नाही. हातात काय प्लेड आहे त्या कोर्सला. So now you have to explain things. For that you need understanding. त्या अंडरस्टँडिंगसाठी ही तुम्हाला मेमोरायझेशन करायची जरूर नाही जर इफ यू नो द कॉन्सेप्ट. यामध्ये रट्टे पाहिजे इज अ व्हेरी कॉमन थिंग. फार्माकोप्लास्टिकचे सगळे स्ट्रेस ने बाहेर केलेले. ज्युरिस्प्रुडन्स टोटल रट्टे पाहिजे. सॉलिबिलिटी इक्वेशन म्हणजे की यू राइट द इक्वेशन बिकॉज रट्टा मारलेला आहे. छान झाला की ओ या शुअर. त्याचा अर्थ म्हणजे की अर्थ पण असतो. त्यावेळेला प्रश्न पडतो आपल्याला की आपण कशाला करतोय. रिक्वायरमेंट इज रिक्वायरमेंट. तुम्हाला B.Pharm 4 वर्षाशिवाय 3 वर्षात मिळणार नाही. 40 कोर्सेस ते 40 चे 40 ही करायला कंप्लीट करायला पाहिजे. 29 करतो चालेल का? नाही. But then the question arises is, if you don't understand what it is, then what are you going to explain? Yes, we are going to explain the guidelines. Immediate release म्हटलं की 45 मिनिटाच्या 85% ड्रग बाहेर आलं पाहिजे जर हायली सॉल्युबल ड्रग इमिजिएट रिलीज फॉर्म्युलेशन मध्ये असेल तर. इफ इट इज मोरली सॉल्युबल ड्रग इन इमिजिएट रिलीज डोसेज फॉर्म मग तुम्हाला 2 तास अलाउड आहे. सस्टेन रिलीज फॉर्म्युलेशन 12 तासाचं आहे तर मग 12 तासाचं करा. 24 तासाचं करा. आता माझे 1 month फॉर्म्युलेशन आहे. 1 महिना डिस्ट्रिब्युशन लावणार तुम्ही. तुम्ही जे इम्प्लांट्स असतात तर 3 months. त्याच्यासाठी आपल्याला if we know the concept, if we understand what it is, then it is very easy to explain. जेवणाच्या आधी चॉकलेट खायचं नाही. Who explains best to a child? तो मदर. सगळं बरोबर माहिती असतं. फादर म्हणले That is what we have to ask the question. मार्केटिंग करत नाहीये. सहाशे पानी पुस्तक आहे, छोटा प्रिंट आहे. Today this is the only book that is authoritative text on dissolution, bioavailability and bioavailance, science, applications and beyond. संजय कृष्णाने सांगितलं की बाबा 1897 मध्ये नॉइज विटली रट्टा पडलेला आहे. तो जर इंजिनियर फिजिकल केमिस्ट तिथपासून आपली जर्नी चालू झाली. आज 2026 आहे. more than 200 years and 130 years complete झाले. Very we cannot understand. Either we are dumb or we are expecting too much from the test. आपल्याला सध्या at the end of the day we will see the evolution exactly झाले काय. एक आपल्याला आता फॅशन झालेली आहे. Everything we will answer through dissolution. We will answer the basics, we will answer the regulatory requirements for the product, we will answer the bioavailability prediction, we will answer the post-approval stages also, we will do biosimilars also, we will do looking at IP also in dissolution. अरे बाबा इतनी छोटी टेस्ट है, overall burdening the test. Will it be able to give you what is? We are putting so much pressure on you on the test. सगळं dissolution नाही करायचं. त्याच्यामध्ये थोडी गडबड झाली की मग प्रश्न येतो की काय करायचं. तुम्हाला माहिती असतं ना टेस्ट basically it is a test which will not tell you unless you know what you are doing. My intention today is entire book आपण एका दिवसात कव्हर करायचं आहे. किती फास्ट रीडिंग पाहिजे बघा आपल्याला. मेमोराइज नाही तर आउट ऑफ क्वेश्चन. टिपिकल असतात तसं. Give me the summary of it. देणारा पण कळत नाही तेव्हा आपल्याला पण कळत. My objective for this day is to bring life to this test through understanding the test, not because we have to do it. Title meeting मध्ये आम्ही केलं ऍसिड बेस टायट्रेशन करायला गेलो. कधी ते इंडिकेटर्स व्हायला सगळ्यांचं ऑरेंज whatever pink color पर्पल कलर माझा काय नाही. कधी विचारलं नाही की बाबा ऍसिड बेस न्यूट्रलाइज होत आहे. कुठेतरी त्याचं दोघांचं ऑर्गॅनिटी सेम झालं तेव्हाच करेक्ट केलं होणार ना. But now you know that, now you don't even have to memorize it. So what we are going to do is we are going to ask pointed questions. And what I want from you is thinking and response. तुम्ही देणारच आहे आन्सर मग मी का बोलू असं नको. Keep one thing in mind. Professors ask a lot of questions. That is their job description. They will ask the question when they know the answer. Otherwise, they will not ask the question. If they don't know the answer, then it becomes a project for you. We will get the answer. So what we are going to do is we are going to build this concept, and then I hope you will realize कि याच्यामध्ये livelihood है plus living situation है. Livelihood is you will make money because of your job. Living is unless you feel that the test is doing something. जेव्हा तुम्ही मोटरबाईकचं लायसन्स घेता तेव्हा तुम्ही चालवताना तेव्हा you feel येतं हो हेल्मेट चांगली नाही आहे. लायसन्स तोच असतो. Either it is Vespa scooter किंवा Royal Enfield किंवा whatever the big Harley Davidson. You get the feeling. Then you say, oh, this is a good vehicle. Otherwise, it is a vehicle. Okay. So we will go through this whole building of concept. Number two, you will see some data slides or tables on the slides. Don't concentrate there to look at our table with the guy. The table is to give you an impact of what topic you are discussing. Okay. So after discussion मध्ये ध्यान जास्ती देऊया. Presentation of what the PPT is just to guide us. Okay. Alright. That's the plan. Now you are welcome. Now you know what you are going to do. What is the big picture? A छोटी सी जनरल concept aspect we are going to discuss. What is the big picture? The big picture is this. As simple as that. आपल्याकडे ड्रग सबस्टन्स आहे. मला दुखा लागले ऍक्सिडेंट घ्यायचे तर मी कुठेतरी भरणीमधून जाऊन एक ऍस्पिरिन द्या हा एक रोग द्या. Drug is always, or APR, so-called pharmaceutical drug substance is always administered as a composition. Okay. So composition साठी drug आणि excipient असतात. So we have drugs and excipients. The moment we say त्याच्या बरोबर काही म्हणजे there is a process. So that process, whatever it is, as simple as just blending and compressing or blending and filling in the capsule or your highly technological process. आजकाल ते हे बरं चाललंय. Silver based nanoparticulate suspension. Gold based nanoparticulate suspension. फार्माकोमास्टरची एमफॉर्मची ते मॉडल घालून तेच करतात लोक. आणि त्याचा पॅटर्न पण घेतात. पुढे काय करणार? I don't know. So one thing is key, when you have drug and excipient, there is always a process. Simple, complicated, technologically advanced, or whatever you want to call it. And it ends up in a composition which is known, we determine as a dosage form. Europeans term it as the carrier system. Our doses are big. So what exactly is this? ह्याच्यामध्ये first important thing that you will realize, if I want to get this API out from here, number two, if this API pharmaceutical active pharmaceutical excipient ingredient is in solid state, one goshti, I want to get API out of the formulation, and second, this API is in solid state, regardless of their composition. Topical असू दे, transdermal असू दे, oral असू दे, suspension असू दे, injectable administration if this API has to appear in blood or systemic circulation to exhibit effect or toxicity, doesn't matter. It has to appear in blood. ही गोष्ट जर असल्या तर त्याला डिस्ट्रीब्युशन करावंच लागतं. हे जर पहिलं बेस चालू केलं तर त्याच्यावरती can be built the entire dharma. API in formulation has been done. Second, if it is in solid state, in the final formulation, which is a blister, and if that drug from the final formulation is to appear in the blood, then we have to do dissolution test. Simple. कोणी सांगत नाही मला टॅबलेटला डिस्ट्रीब्युशन करा अरे हो कशाला माझ्या कॅप्चर टॅबलेट आहे कॅप्चर doesn't come out as solid, it comes out as vapor. Group distribution. So those questions we will a little bit exchange questions there, but a simple algorithm. Okay, fine. तीन गोष्टी API has to come out. The API is in solid state and it has to appear for molecular distillation. It has to appear in systemic circulation of blood. Then you have to do dissolution of that formulation. Life cycle of a product. What a big picture. In a life cycle, right from identification of your API, first time new molecule, NCE, so it goes from lead identification, lead screening, reformulation, formulation, excipient screening, processing, producibility, quality control, scale-up activity, post-approach changes, IVIC, food effects, stability, bioavailability, manufacturing variables, all these words you know everywhere. Biopharmaceutical, pharmaceutical, physical pharmacy, solidity, post-approval changes, scaling of others. So that is the big picture of the life cycle of a pharmaceutical product. Right from its inception, salute, endpoint, until you dump it out. Here is full cycle, the spokes are all connected through a double arrow. So one test that is common for all of these is dissolution test. Distribution / drug release testing. तुम्हाला प्रश्न विचारणार आहे की प्रिपेअर कधी कधी आपण ड्रग रिलीज टेस्टिंग म्हणतो कधी कधी आपण ड्रग डिस्ट्रीब्युशन टेस्टिंग म्हणतो आता काही नाही आहे बोलास. So all activities in the entire life cycle, central test is distribution test. So from distribution test, I can get to whatever I want if I know my target. Once I know my target, I can appropriately design, manipulate, whatever I want to do in order to make the test amenable or applicable what is the she काम करते कि नहीं. Second important part is every single activity is connected to the next one, which is also double-edged arrow. मागे पुढे दोन्हीकडे दोष. So here is a dissolution, and it is not something which is trivial. It is essentially looking at the entire life cycle of global dissolution testing. This is the big picture. आपण याच्यातलं फक्त एवढं करणार आहे. हे जर कळलं आपल्याला तर आपल्याला मागे पुढे जाऊ शकतो ना आपण. 1897 नॉईज मीटिंग. तिने काय केलं? कोणी वाचलाय तो पेपर पहिला? with calcium phosphate paste. When they coated the drum with calcium phosphate paste, they had 2 or 3 major objectives. Number one was coating thickness, and the decrease in coating thickness with time in the medium where the calcium phosphate will solubilize. Simple muscle को experiment में आप करो तो pharmacology में rotating drum का कहा these are something like that. So they rotated this drum and they took samples every certain time from calcium, pH 7.4 buffer, and they determined how much amount of calcium phosphate is soluble in that pH buffer, linked it to the thickness of the coat and the rotational speed. So that was the thought of the problem painting another person. So how will it hold, how will it get decreased with whatever external conditions. That was the first thing that came to mind of, that is of phase distribution to 1897. त्याच्यानंतर 120 वर्ष झाली plus that test then got more and more so-called sophisticated he kara and that was looked at as a quality control test. A quality control test मध्ये exactly काय करता? कुठल्याही quality control test मध्ये you need a standard which is very well calibrated and controlled. And that standard, if it is a testing that you are doing, that is usually the equipment has to be standardized. So the direction of so-called Bill Hansen, my friend, was no longer there. What is so? He's a chemical engineer. He said that, well, this test has to be standardized. So 40, 50 years of the next century was used to develop the test and standardize it. Fine. Second how much drug comes out of these formulations in specific time. And that specific time was तोंडा नाही घेतलं की पोटात जातं, पोटात किती वेळ राहतं त्याच्यावरती enough. So original thought was, if I look at the drug coming out or dissolving from the formulation in gastric medium is plenty. Dissolution झाले की bioavailability आलंच, तेव्हा डोक्याला थोडं आपल्याला हे नव्हती. So we believe that if dissolution occurs, that means bioavailability is guaranteed. हे लक्षात ठेवा 10 मिनिटापूर्वी उत्तर. The dissolution test in quality control from 5 composites or 5 manufacturers is showing the same result. No effect in certain children, little bit effect in few children, and few children got cured pretty quick. So this quality control test is really meaningless. Then they thought, we should look at more in-depth understanding of what would happen in vivo. So that was the inception of biorelevant, without understanding with this what this biorelevance is. You have a chewable tablet. Biorelevant dissolution कसं करणार? Tablet doesn't disintegrate. Sound कसं? You have to have a so-called simulation of chewing in the dissolution test to make it biorelevant. See, we have progressed to that level now. Chewing of the dissolution कसं करणार तुम्ही? Drug is in suspended solid state in the gum. Medicated chewing of nicotine chewing gum. कसं करणार? चावणार बसून. So now to make it biorelevant, we are doing all these things. Come and now we want a little bit more from the dissolution test. ते झालं तेव्हा सुद्धा प्रॉब्लेम आला. तेव्हा कळलं किंवा इन विट्रो मध्ये कितीही आपण बायोरेलेव्हंट केलं तरी सुद्धा मला ड्रग इन ब्लड पाहिजे at a certain level, at a certain time, in a certain duration, at a certain amount, in a certain amount. Oh, मग तेव्हा नुसतं डिस्ट्रीब्युशन इम्पॉर्टंट नाहीये. त्याच्यानंतर काय होतं ते पण बघायला पाहिजे. का? कारण I want to predict viability from dissolution now. पहिले dissolution करायला पाहिजे. डिसोल्युशनचे बद्दल कळलं तर मग इन विवो डिसोल्युशन करायला पाहिजे. इन विवो डिसोल्युशन कळलं थोडं की मग बायोअवेलेबिलिटी कशी होती आफ्टर डिसोल्युशन ते कळायला पाहिजे. Then my dissolution test is really bioavailable. हे काय ते 4 चांगले पीएच करा समजलं त्याच्यानंतर आलं नाही रिझल्ट मग रात्री 1 वाजता कॉल येतो. That's what we have to think about. कधी विचार केला की बाबा या ड्रगचा एवढा डोस आहे किती बायोअवेलेबिलिटी पाहिजे. लेबल आपण रक्ता मारतो. It is written in the label that rapidly and completely absorbed. What is complete? Albendazole, mebendazole हे सगळे products आहे anti-emetic drugs. What is it? Let me sort it out. Label मध्ये लिहिलेलं आहे 20% is bioavailable of the dose administered. आपण डिसोल्युशन मध्ये 100% करतो. का? एवढ्याला पाहिजे. Reference point आला, त्याचं डिसोल्युशन केलं 100% आला, 85% whatever, and then we make our formulation, त्याचं मॅच करून बघतो आपण. बायोफेल होते. Call. Why did it fail? It was totally dissolving आमच्या याच्यामध्ये. In vitro आपल्याला त्याच्यातलं ड्रग पाहिजे आपल्याला डिस्ट्रीब्युशन केलं तुम्ही 85% पर्यंत, कधी विचार केला का बाबा की कुठे डिस्ट्रीब्युशन पाहिजे आपल्याला विवो? FDA will not clear a product if you have bioavailability which is failed. But if you have failed dissolution test and a clear bio, you can answer the question why this dissolution is failing, yet you are getting acceptable bio or equivalence. Doesn't matter. You will accept it. त्याच्यासाठी मग आपल्याला हे ज्ञान लागतं. So now, bringing back to in 20th century, काय झालं 21st century मध्ये काय झालं 20th century sorry, की what a test was a quantitative quality control test, now it started to become predictive. Prediction म्हटलं की error येते. Boyfriend cannot predict what a girlfriend says. Girlfriend can predict. Error किती आहे बघा. मारामारी हस्बंड मध्ये काय, I didn't think I predicted that. Prediction म्हटलं की error येते. So if I want to predict in vivo, FDA allows you 10% error. So now we are patching up. आम्हाला हे पाहिजे, okay, we will give 10% error. IVIVC, yes, do IVIVC, but 10% error is allowed in your prediction, which was not allowed for QA quality control. So now what happened is here, when we went from standardized test, here predictive was allowed. So what was test started off as a theory got standardized so well. There are communities that have not also right. I was there. First major monograph change we added it even further. Calibrators are worthless. पेज असतात, नंतर जंक्शन इलियसिकल जंक्शन कोलॉनरी रेक्टम जातं, तेव्हा pH 1.2 चा 8 तासानंतर it goes over to 7.5 or 7.6. त्याच्यामध्ये कुठेही एलिमेंट्स आर गोइंग टू गेट ॲब्सॉर्ब. हे जर आपण आयडेंटिफाय करायला लागलो, then that test becomes more appropriate for that drug. Then your formulation where it will disintegrate rapidly, get the drug out, and then ensure that certain amount is dissolved, which is more than 20%, is enough in that medium. You don't need 85%. 40% we are approved bioequivalence in those conditions. But we need to identify that. So the concept is general, but it is really now going to be, unless you understand that, you will not be able to apply. We will be like chicken without their head running around in the lab. Just sampling it. No. And then when you do that, then it passes. हे आपल्याला आधीच कळलं असतं तर we have already spent 400,000 USD for a biotest. Oh no, can we do this prediction through AI? Ooh. can we do this prediction through computer-based programming, Kinetica, GastroPlus, हे ते. आता प्रोग्रामिंगला तुम्ही इन्फॉर्मेशन कोण देणार? तुम्ही देणार ना? This big thing about AI मध्ये सगळे आन्सर होतील, क्रॉप मध्ये सगळे आन्सर होतील. टाकून बघा. You not get the answer. Why? Because AI, all this crap stuff is nothing but what is already known. You are asking a question what is not known. त्याच्यासाठी आपल्याला हे बॅकग्राऊंड I am not making it complicated just because I want to impress that I know few things more than you. I am going to bring this down to a very simple model. पण त्याच्यासाठी आपल्याला इनर्शियावर उठायला पाहिजे की कुठला प्रश्न विचारायचे आणि काय प्रश्न विचारायचे. इथं सगळेच टेस्ट करतात हो. Everybody gets married. How many get successful marriage? So that's the reason why now, for mid 20th century, 21st century, they are now we are into 22nd century or 21st century. Now a test which was so, I would not say good, but it was so appropriate for a quality control, standardized, very well calibrated as much as we could. Now we have made this test like God. It will answer everything for us if we ask the right questions. किती वेळा तुम्हाला स्पिरिच्युअल सांगता भगवान जर तुमच्या समोर उभे राहिले तर तुम्ही काय प्रश्न विचारणार? अरे आम्हाला तेव्हा सगळं काय सांगतात? प्रश्न विचारा त्याच्याबरोबर उत्तर काय येईल आणि त्याची उत्तराबरोबर अजून काय येईल ते माहिती आहे तुम्हाला. So you ask the right question. And those are the questions only you can ask. Otherwise, regulatory agencies, the guidance is at home. You will comply with the guidance, you will fail clinical, and then what? Or you fail the guidance and then comply with the clinical endpoint. How will you explain? $500 ते $800 per hour कशाला मला लोक देतात? I think tell them the same thing. But then what happens is आज anti-helminthics है, उद्या fixed dose combinations है, परवा retrovirals है, तेरवा sustained release combination product है. एक product आहे ज्याचं dissolution test is 200 RPM. 200 किलोमीटर. काय relevance आहे? अब patent मिळेल. ते घेऊन लोक बायोमेट्रिक करावं लागतात. अरे diarrhea stomach also is much quieter than that. Then what? Because we don't know what to ask and because we don't know what to expect, so then what happens is we believe in whatever is reported in the literature. दूसरा कोणी काय रिपोर्ट केला की आम्ही त्याच्यावरती टोटल फिरा. अरे उसने ऐसा किया है, करो वैसा. फिर वो आता कुछ गड़बड़ किया होगा. अरे आता पहले तुम्हारा आफ्टर द फैक्ट. That's the background you should start to think about on dissolution rather than आता अजून एक कोणतरी लेक्चर मारून काढा क्वालिटी कंट्रोल आणि QC काय आहे, हे काय आहे, F1 काय आहे, F2 काय आहे. कधी विचार केला F2 आणि F1 इक्वेशन इथे अप्रोप्रिएट आहे की नाही? F दिलं पाहिजे बस. दिलं पाहिजे अल्कोहोल डोस डोपिंग also. cycles put in. The guidance says for bioequivalence you have to have 95% quality confidence interval. Either using your 10% you are permitted, 95% you need confidence interval. Connect kara na. Highly potent drug, very low dose. Small differences in amount of drug gives you totally different outcomes in clinical. 10% हम permit कर दो. अरे तीसरा मार sorry. So this questioning if you start to do not think that it is wrong. कोणी तुम्हाला शिवाय घालणार नाही तुला घालतो तुम्हाला घालतो हे प्रश्न विचारायला पाहिजे. Okay? All right. So this is basically what we do. We said the drug has to be in its solid state. It is in the formulation that it has to come out and it has to appear in blood. So तीन गोष्टीसाठी आपल्याला in vitro dissolution test लागते to predict so-called how much it will come out in blood and then it will give us a mark whatever is the expected outcome. So we have all these different in vitro dissolution tests. किती आहे? Anybody? किती dissolution tests आहे? 250 आहेत. 7 त्याच्यातले कंपेंडियल आहेत. 7 पैकी 4 फक्त सॉलिड डोसेज फॉर्म्सला आहेत. प्रत्येक डिसोल्युशन टेस्टला कुठले फॅक्टर्स इन्फ्लुएन्स होतात. मग 4-5 माहिती आहेत. सॉल्युबिलिटी पाहिजे, टेम्परेचर पाहिजे, पीएच पाहिजे, व्हॉल्यूम पाहिजे. More than 17 factors influence a dissolution test. So you are dealing today with 250 dissolution tests raised to 17, which is over 57,000 possibilities for any project. See how much important you are. Don't think of this as undue experimentation. You are important because from this you will identify what is required to get these 3 things. And one most important thing that we realize is every project is different. Guidance is for all projects, but all projects are independently different. उल्टा नहीं है. Guidances are not flexible given the projects. Solid dosage from IR, guidance is fixed. MR, guidance is fixed. And we wait for that. Oh, इतने से गाइड आना, डबरू, थोड़ा हवा करेगा तो काय करायचं? ठीक है, लगे हाँ आपण फील होतो. हा प्रश्न पडतो तो काय करायचं? We will do a case studies in IDRB. See, I'll show you generics. FDA guidance follow केला तर it doesn't work. मग FDA मानवणे करणार तुम्ही. FDA मानवणे करायचं नाही का? वो आपण मानवणे आपला अप्रूव्हल नाही मिळाला आपल्याला. That is the first step. You can today we are going to get into how to respond to FDA stuff. So are you going to ask for a petition to change the guidance because your test has failed using that guidance? You cannot do that. FDA has no lab. FDA doesn't develop products. So they have used information from the submissions to get these guidances. So they have just सांगितलं तुमचं guidance चुकीचं आहे हो. FDA म्हणलं तुम्ही घरी जावा. तुमच्या डेटावर आमचा हा गायडन्स आणलेला आहे. So anyway, there are quite a few number of tests. We are many times घोड्याचं जसं असतं ना तसं. One or two. द्यावं लागतं. हे totally digested. We also looked at all the potential factors that influence these methods 1 and 2 basket and pad. We also know from guidances कि किती maximum rotational speed करता येतं 75, 100 and 150 आणि मेथड 2 मध्ये 50, 75 and 100. त्याच्यामध्ये सगळं आपण फिट करतो. डिफिट करता 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 रेडी फॉर बायो मध्ये फेल होतं मग ते सगळं अनफिट करावं लागतं. Those are expensive mistakes. आपलं जर बायोअवेलेबिलिटी फेल होते तर असं मार्जिनली फेल होत नाही. 2%नीच फेल हो, 15-20% फेल होतं. जॉब्स करेक्टली बट आपले गाइडेंस फिट है एकदम. पंजाबी में बोलना सेट है जी, उधर से 5 सेट हो जाता है. So what we want to do is we want to design a test specifically for my product, asking some questions what I am looking for. That is essential. Number 2, then we have to set up our targets, which are again fairly straightforward. जसं माझं डिसोल्युशन होईल तसं मला इन विवो मध्ये दिसायला पाहिजे. Then I pretty much know. Fast release drug in vitro should give me fast release in vivo. Slow release drug in vitro should give me slow release in vivo. That is good. That is a good starting point. So what we do is we design a test for our product, asking all the questions hopefully, right questions, and then we make a few formulations. We on purpose make them different. कारण जर इथे इन विट्रो मध्ये मी डिफरन्सेस बघितले तसेच मला इन विवो मध्ये पाहिजे, त्याला आपण बोलतो सेक्सुअली डिस्क्रिमिनेटिंग डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन टेस्ट. इट इज डिस्क्रिमिनेटिंग बिटवीन फास्ट रिलीज and slow release. कोणाला इम्प्रेस करायला म्हणजे आय एम डूइंग डिस्क्रिमिनेटिंग डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. त्याच्यानंतर once you get this, then you are fairly satisfied. मी जे चेंजेस केले फॉर्म्युलेशन मध्ये त्याचे दिसतात. फॉर एक्झाम्पल आय गो फ्रॉम पॉलिमर 1% ethyl cellulose to 7%, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 7. So progressively I know that ethyl cellulose is hydrophobic or poorly soluble, so my drug dissolution rate is going to slow down. Oh, I'm seeing that. Oh, do I see that in vivo? I'm satisfied with that so-called discriminated dissolution test and comparing profiles. F1, F2, then we said, okay, now we will take these formulations and actually administer the in vivo part. Here, आपल्याकडे सगळं रामबरोबर आहे. कॉन्ट्रॅक्ट साइन केलं सीआरओ बरोबर की मग आपलं दररोज जग चालू पासू दे बाबा, पासू दे बाबा, पासू दे. आणि त्याला आम्ही पर्टिक्युलरली सांगतो शुक्रवारी कधी डेटा पाठवायचा नाही आम्हाला. ते ईमेल पाठवू नका, ओपन झाले आणि गडबड असली तर मग स्वतः विकेट गेला. 5,000 तर विकेट पुढचा नेक्स्ट वीक विल एन्जॉय एनीवे. पर्टिक्युलरली सांगतो का, कारण इथे आपण कधी ध्यान दिलंच नाही ना हे इम्युनिटीचं होईल की नाही. सो हे जे आपल्याला रेलेव्हन्स पाहिजे, बायो रेलेव्हन्स इथे पाहिजे आपल्याला पहिलं, म्हणजे आपलं थोडं तरी आपलं चान्सेस ऑफ सक्सेस आर बेटर. का, कारण once the dosage form is administered, it is out of your control. Physiology takes over. तुम्ही त्याच्या ड्रग बरोबर आज जाऊ नाही शकत. का करते फॅन्टास्टिक वर्ल्ड मूवी आहे बघा. It is a sci-fi movie where these foreign scientists, they become very small and get into blood and then go through all the regions in the body. sure that, well, ultimately the drug has to somehow come out of the formulation. Then we expect that, well, somehow from that, when it comes out of the formulation, it will do what it's supposed to do, which is this, in vivo. And then the dissolved drug will get absorbed and appear in blood. हा जो प्रोसेस है आणि हा जो प्रोसेस है, we want to equate that the same. तो जर कळला तर आपल्याला थोडं IVIMC करतो. In vitro dissolution and in vivo uptake following in vivo dissolution, they जर कळलं आपल्याला तर then we can start to put it together. Otherwise we are just doing the job because we are supposed to do our best. So let's say once it gets there, then it gets absorbed, the dissolved gets absorbed. Fastest dissolving comes out rapid. Slowest dissolving comes out rapid. मिळाला IVIMC party time. Bioequivalence guys असलं तर I make sure that my reference product and my batches, I will bring one of my formulations as close to the reference as much as possible, hoping that the bioavailabilities will be equal or close enough. Theory मध्ये मस्त आहे हो. Very nice. When you don't get the outcome that you are expecting, then what? ते आम्हाला कळलं आलं की मग आम्ही अजून एक कार्य तोडले आम्ही. We will classify every drug into a system. BCS, Biopharmaceutics Classification System. I don't know why they Babasaheb Consulting Services. So what exactly is biopharmaceutics classification system? Basically what it says is any molecule we will put it in 4 classes. Guidance ने दिलेला आहे की बाबा this is for the molecule. आमचे तारे तुटतात drug classification we connect it to formulation. I have a BCS2 formulation. No, you don't. The drug is to be classified, not the formulation. But आम्ही तारे तोडण्यात पटायतो. Oh, if I have a drug which is in this class, then I have to get bioavailability as expected. प्रश्न विचारतो होतो का? क्लासिफिकेशन 4 करून टाकले आम्ही arbitrarily. मग नंतर 10 वर्षानंतर 1994 मध्ये BCS आलं, त्याच्यानंतर 2014 मध्ये प्रश्न पडला, अरे poorly soluble drug, rapidly absorbing, second class, class 2 drug. Now the problem is a poorly soluble drug. We are most of our, if not all of our drugs are weak acids or weak bases. When they go through the gastrointestinal tract, they precipitate. And in the precipitated one, when it moves to the later part of the gastrointestinal tract, it redissolves. Oh, now we want classification. Class 2 has to be further subclassified as those that precipitate and get reabsorbed or those that do not precipitate. No, 2A पाहिजे आणि 2B पाहिजे. अरे बाबा, न हे कळतं ना ते कळतं. This is a formulation talking about. Classification of drug we are talking about. So, to some extent we have messed up ourselves. But at the same time, really, if you don't get bogged down, आपण याच्यावर इन्फ्लुएन्स नाही व्हायला पाहिजे गायडन्सेस आणि का कारण व्हॉट इज इन युअर हँड इज अ ड्रग सबस्टन्स आणि फॉर्म्युलेशन पाहिजे तुम्हाला जिथे मला हे उत्तर पाहिजे आणि हे करायचं मला regardless of what the guidance is. Fine, we will get to the guidance when we are required. As even today, when I talk to development people, what do? Learning project, meeting first, new project meeting. Okay, drug है ये formulation करा है. पहला what dissolution medium are you going to use? Oh, what is the reference use? We will use that. विचार बाबा काय बरोबर आहे, नाही बरोबर आहे. Guidance आहे का? उद्या guidance आहे का? Use that. अरे एवढ्याने कधी सांगितलेलं नाही की आमचा गायडन्स प्रेडिक्ट करतो बायो. पण एवढ्याने सांगितलं म्हणजे वर्ड भगवान उतरले खाली. Moses said it. असं होतं ते. So today what we are going to do is, are you following what I am trying to say? थोडं तरी करते. Alright, so now let's go forward. So the whole thing comes down to dissolution and in vivo. In vivo मध्ये इथे अजून लोकांना कळत नाही. There is a difference between bioavailability and bioequivalence. Bioavailability म्हणजेच bioequivalence. अरे नवीन molecule first time you are developing sustained release formulation. What is bioequivalence you will get? You don't know. Bioavailability you will get. So differences कौन देती है? अगर आप उसमें equation नुस्खा dissolution bio BAB. Alright, this entire thing we want from dissolution to predict this and this. Why? Because there is this golden key which unlocks this mystery. The golden key, gold can be chosen with a reason. That unlocking is required, which is drug specific, product specific, composition specific, process specific, all specific. But here upon we think that this is what we need everybody does that, we do everybody what everybody does. Which is basically follow guidance. कधी विचारला नाही guidance correct आहे का? Guidance नसला तर we look at articles. कधी विचारलं ते article correct आहे का? आपल्याला appropriate आहे का? हो bioelement article आलं बघितलं bioelement was condition determination or so called identified for that product was never the objective. The objective was to develop a product. त्याचे एक टेस्ट करायचे टेस्ट केली. This is exactly what happens here. Take a look at 99% of all bioelement dissolution media articles. They will start materials and methods and objectives with Bhagit. They will do the formulations and say, okay, we have identified that this is a dissolution test. They don't give a reason. Once they do bio, then they do whatever discriminatory analysis, and then it comes out to be bioequivalent or whatever the endpoint. Then say, oh, see, that test is now bioequivalent. Post facto. वीस वर्ष लग्न सक्सेस झालं म्हणून that was the thing, you know, आमचे 36 गुण जुळले. पहिले कधी म्हणणार नाही 36 गुण जुळले गॅरंटी आहे की नाही होतं लग्न सक्सेसफुल. ते नाही. झाल्यावरती आमचे जुळले होते ना. अरे मला 15 वर्ष पुढे पाहिजे ते इन्फॉर्मेशन. When I wanted to marry this person. Next time. So that's the something that you have to start to think. Otherwise what happens is you are just doing test. Just doing test. So हे जे अनलॉकिंग जे आहे त्याच्यावरती आम्ही 125 वर्ष काम केलं आहे तरी पण आम्हाला त्याचे उत्तर अजून मिळालं नाहीये. आपण किती डम असतो बघा. Or we are expecting too much from this test. Third possibility is most likely we are not asking the right questions. Agar gone into biosimilars also. L1, L2, L3. ते L3 मध्ये सगळ्यांच्या नाकी निघत आहे. Qualitative similarity L1 मिळून जाते. Quantitative similarity you can. Third is microstructural similarity. तिथेच लागते आपली नोट लग गई. त्यासाठी तुम्ही companies have spent crores. काय करावं बाहेर नाही करावं लागणार. Ultimately many companies have left that whole thing and said, I will just do a clinical trial, finish this off. नाही पण आम्हाला आहे ना इन विट्रो आम्ही करू नको, इन विट्रो आम्ही करू नको, IVPT, IVRT हे करू, ते करू, ते करू, मायक्रोकस्टल सिमिलॅरिटी, एम्फोटेरेसिटी सस्पेन्शन, रेफरल प्रॉड येतं, सेटल होऊन जातं, सॉरी सेटल होत नाही, मस्त सस्पेन्शन राहतं. आपण केलं फक्त 2-15 मिनिटात सेटल होऊन जातं. So dispersibility and dispersal index and ये सब आपको करको. FDA में there is no microstructural similarity. करा IVPT, IVRT करा. Spend crores. FDA is not convinced because when you look at the two products, you have to send pictures. Not convincing. So, moral of the story is, we know this test mostly as theory. Second, we know this test mostly as what are the competitor or regulatory requirements, and those become our targets without questioning whether this target is right for my product. Key point पाहिजे ना our sustainability for regulatory compliance. Early part, middle part and later part of the profile. कुठले घ्यायचे? माहित नाही. लिंकच काय नाही मी कुठला point is important for my product during development. तो आम्ही थीम मध्ये आहोत. 0 to 12, 40, 40 to 18, 80 to 20, 100. 3 point घेतले. 0 to 40 मध्ये काय होतंय त्याचं ऍक्च्युअली तो टेक्नॉलॉजी कनेक्शन आहे नाही आहे इम्यू मध्ये होईल नाही होईल नाही आणि 3 पॉइंट घेतले पास. FDA कधी सांगत नाही की तुम्ही 3च घ्या. FDA says preferably 3 so that you get the whole profile. आम्ही आळशी लोक नाही आहेत पण मग आळस येतो 3च सांगितलं कशाला 4 घ्यायची. 5 or 6 that will be good for you to know the whole profile. And then if you really have asked the right questions and if you do it in the right medium and right condition, that will give you more information which will be more appropriate. Then you can actually pick and choose the points, 3 points you want. Data analysis मध्ये 2 profiles totally different. F2 is still above 50. फेल झालं. दिसते प्रोफाईल मध्ये काय क्वेश्चन विचारायचे नाही विचारले मी कारण आम्हाला माहित नाही. गायडन्स मिळते आम्हाला. Okay, all right. This is their book. So again, I would really like you to at least take a look at it. It is here today. Just take a look at it and just feel कि बाबा ते प्रश्न जे मी विचारले single guy has written this whole entire book with so-called equivalence analysis from the population of 0.06. Not a single thing is something that is copied from the guys. Oh, you did dissolution of 45 years, so you have experience. I तुम्ही पण करा ना सांगतोय. It's not that you should have 45 years experience, then only you will come to this point. This is the only book that is translated in Chinese, by the way. Only book. On demand. So the entire country of China is taking this book as well, so-called authoritative text on dissolution. जर हे कळलं नाही, चायनीज मध्ये कळेल. All right. We have 5 minutes, 7 minutes before lunch. 1:30 वाजता lunch आहे. In 7 minutes, आत्ताचं जे आपण सगळं बोललेलं आहे, it is I made it more kind of amusing because it sinks in. I can give a very boring lecture on dissolution if you want. केल्यावर ते काय बोलून गेला कोणाला. सगळे अमेरिकेची जर असेच बोलून जातात ते कळत नाही. कधी येतं लेक्चर ऐकणारच नाही. This, if you want to take a photograph of this picture. This is the heart of dissolution. हे 600 पानं वाचायला हे जर तुम्ही केलं तर this is very easy for you. So you are going to see this every single module that we are going to go through. Slowly we will open one piece at a time of this model. Okay. And then you will see at the end when we will talk about closing how this model fits in, and now we have the information that we need when we start to use this model. There are multiple labs where formulators have framed this in their lab की हे चालू करायचं पहिलं बघायला when we start any project. I should have copyrighted that. हे मॉडेल आम्ही FDA कडे आहे 2008 असं आहे तेव्हापासून. This model I have done that for FDA, which is now used for European FDA. सगळे use करतात. India पण use करतात. फक्त प्रश्न होतो काय करायचं. What exactly is this model? Very broad picture. Whatever you dissolution आपण काय चालू होतं पहिले फर्स्ट 3 आपण requirements टाकले. Number 1, API has to come out from the formulation. Number 2, API is in solid state. Regardless of any type of formulation, any route of administration, if the drug coming out from such a formulation which has the drug in solid state, it has to appear in blood. That is our target. Drug appearing in blood is by definition bioavailability. How to quantify it is a second matter. Drug appearing in blood following administration, I want to predict from dissolution. That is our intent. So let's look at this model in a complete, just a first short look, exactly आपल्याला काय करायचं. Any formulation which is in solid state, drug in dosage form in solid state is A. It has to come out from the formulation and ultimately appear in blood. Correct? So C is drug in systemic circulation. आपण हे ऍडमिनिस्टर करतो, आपण हे पाहिजे आपल्याला. करेक्ट? टॅबलेट ऍडमिनिस्टर केले की आपल्या ब्लड मध्ये टॅबलेट दिसत नाही. टॅबलेट दिसायला पेशंट दिलेला असतो. Solid particles are not in blood. Endocytosis or pinocytosis only less than 0.001%, and it saturates, so basically we don't consider that particulate matter getting into blood. So the solid dosage form or drug in solid state is administered A. Drug in blood is in molecular state. C. Somewhere along the line it has come out and done something which has converted its solid state into molecular state. Correct? That is B. Drug dissolved in vivo the most discriminating, so that is because it gets affected by a maximum number of factors, so we take that as our challenge. Most discriminating state. So we administer the drug A in dosage form, it appears in blood B, which is in molecular state. Somewhere outside blood, it has been converted from solid particle to a molecular state. How many ways we can convert a solid into a molecule? Physical pharmacy, physics, 3 states of matter, solids and liquid ka soto. Thermal application, good, we can melt it. So then that product will be prescribed as take this drug at 292 degrees. Hot drug, because it is melted. So that option is there, but that is not practical. Any other way? You can vaporize. Right? अभी पिता कहाँ गया ये? Oh, हो गया. It is more molecularized, vaporized. You cannot do that either because you administer the drug or the so-called formulation with the drug, and by the time the patient takes it, the patient has a placebo because the drug is not vaporized. You cannot do that either.
Crystallity.
Crystallity. Exactly. But all those things ultimately end up in somewhere it has to change its physical state from solid to liquid. And that has to happen in vivo, outside blood, regardless of any route of administration, any type of formulation. So there has to be some medium in which it can do that change, which is solubilization. So first the drug has to get released from the formulation. Then after release it has to get solubilized. Then we will have the drug in solution in gut or otic or ocular. So now you can tell that, well, this drug on administration, it gets in vivo dissolved, released and dissolved. Of the dissolved drug, of the drug that is dissolved from the formulation that you have administered, which has a fixed dose. Whatever is dissolved from that fixed dose may get into this blood. And it has got into blood, we have seen that because we take samples. Here's a process in vivo process This is what we want to predict from in vitro. This formulation, I am going to put it into an in vitro dissolution test system. 250 है तो. This process is influenced by 17 factors for this 57,000 plus experiments. Now you know how much important you are. Only you can do it. But you need to ask the right questions. Has a process in vitro dissolution order, I want to predict A through C. I want to go back and say, well, what would be the change if I change this process? Then I can get my quality control. So in vitro test is predicting A through C. Then we say, well, our prediction should be, I want to go back and check what will change here such that I will get a reasonable change in vitro for my so-called controlled dissolution test QC. IVC based specifications. आयकर छान मटता अरे बड़ा ऊपर का ज्ञान लेके बोल रहा है विचारा कसं करता लंच टाइम झालं म्हणणार. So the first shot is this: drug is administered, it has to get in blood. Solid state, molecular state. Molecularization of the drug from the formulation takes place in vivo through the process of in vivo dissolution, A through B. The dissolved drug in vivo gets into systemic circulation by the process of venofecant diffusion absorption. और आप theory अपना रट्टे मार ले no problem. Fecant first law का second law पर सब तो है. But that is what we want to predict A through C from A through D. एवढं स्टार्टिंगला लंच आधी कळलं तर मग पुढचं परत every time we are going to open this slide and see की कसं करायचं ते, or at least what questions we should ask. Am I going to give you a so-called cookbook, class 1 after the class 2 after you know? Every project is separate. If you come with projects, then you know my rate, consulting rate. Either American Express card घेऊन या, Visa, American Express, you pay, I pay, everything, and the fee, the rate is only in USD. The other way around, if you get this information, you start to excel in this. Companies or advisors to pay you that because of your value. Lunch time, किती तास किती वेळ? 2:30. Okay. So this is a good breaking point for lunch. आल्यानंतर during lunch time तुम्हाला homework देतो. I have got you captive for one day. Why not? Can you determine in vivo dissolution A through B? That's all I'm asking you. Your theory to clear okay? So, I think we'll start with that question and then we'll look at the dissolution test. Thank you. Have a good lunch.
All the participants has to proceed for the lunch. One important instruction is there. The participants who have not registered in the morning or who have online registered, they has to go for the physical registration prior to the lunch. So do your physical registration desk outside the hall. So you have to go to the desk and you have to do the physical registration first. Thank you very much.